Virgo, and welcome to your December 2017 love reading with Divine Love Tarot. I want to welcome you to my channel if this is your first time here. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, I want to thank you also. And I just want to say that I cannot believe it's December. And if you've cross-watched, yes, I say that in every video, but you know, some people have never heard me say that yet. So yeah. If you agree with me, just let me know in the comments. I cannot believe this year. It was just June that I started this channel. And, you know, I had videos up and it was like 30 people saw my videos and I was so excited. I was like, wow, 30 people watched my video. And now it's December and, you know, I still get overwhelmed when I see 800 people, 1,000 people, 5,000 people. I think one video went viral-ish. I don't know if you consider that really viral, but it was like 15,000 viewers, and I just can't believe it. But I'm very happy and grateful, and I really enjoy doing these readings. And with that being said, I'm going to get right into this Virgo reading. I think from now on, I'm just going to lay the cards out, you know, and go from there. But let's get started because Virgo, you guys have been one of my, I want to say, like my love children, right? There's a couple of signs, there's a few signs that I feel like this year, everyone has had a lesson that they're dealing with, okay? I'm a Pisces, and I know the Pisces lesson. I've seen the Aquarius lesson. I've seen Sagittarius, but it hasn't been on the level, the deep level that I've seen Virgo, I've seen Scorpio, I've seen Capricorn, and Geminis. And those signs back and forth, because I think there were Virgos who were with Scorpios, there were Geminis that were with Capricorns. There have been specific relationships that have been playing out, specific karmic lessons that have been playing out throughout these videos. And so with Virgo, you're one of my, like, every time I do your videos, it's like, wow, that went really, really deep. So looking at the cards now, okay, I haven't really got into the reading. I haven't pulled any clarifiers yet, but just by looking at your cards, I can tell you right now, the devil didn't show up in this reading. He's not here right now. Okay, so that's a good sign. The death card isn't in this reading, okay, because like I said, for my Virgos that have been dealing with that Scorpio, they're not here right now, so far, so good, okay? It looks like you guys are moving, even if it's at a turtle's pace, you guys are moving in a certain direction as far as your love life, as far as this, you know, this particular relationship. So, starting off the reading, we've got the Eight of Cups in your present is your current situation or your present energy. So this represents wanting to walk away, right? But it's not always just about walking away because eights represent infinity, okay? So even if you do walk away, there may be a tendency that you come back. Or it could be that you're just disappointed, okay? You're not satisfied with what's in these cups. You've got 8 cups and you don't want what's inside of them, okay? So you might be deciding to take a break because even though these 8 cups are here, you're still feeling empty and unfulfilled, all right? Now, crossing you is the Four of Swords. It actually came out in the reverse. I remember that. Four of Swords in the reverse, okay? So this represents chaos. This represents being exhausted by the situation. This represents unrest, unable to heal from your problems. The problems are multiplying, okay? So I think that you want to walk away from a situation, but you fear that, or you think that the problems are going to multiply by walking away from the situation. You feel like it's not going to solve things, they're just going to get worse, okay? I'm going to go ahead and clarify this crossing card, and we get the Two of Wands in the reverse. All right, so the Two of Wands in the reverse can indicate that someone is trying to control you, okay? So the any wand that is in the reverse represents some type of stagnant energy, okay? So maybe your energy is stagnant because there's someone else who's trying to wield their power over you. All right, so you may be trying to walk away from someone and they're not trying to let that happen. They're like, no, I don't want this situation to end, because I'm drawing on the previous readings and I do recall that there was a Virgo possibly either in a relationship with a Scorpio or in an obsessive relationship. And I feel like it was the other partner that was kind of obsessed with you. They're not ready to let this situation go. So here you are, ready to move away, tired, possibly even exhausted by the situation, and they are not ready to let you go. All right, for others, I feel like you are ready to make a move, but you're just so mentally exhausted and drained right now that you don't have the energy to make that move, okay? The twos are all about finding balance. You don't even have the mental clarity right now to find that balance in order to make this move. All right? Now, coming from the past energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so the Ace of Pentacles represents something that wasn't able to get off the ground. Okay, so maybe this has been a situation where, like I have noticed from the beginning, there has been tension in this situation. All right, it had the potential, or it seemed like something that had the potential to be materialistically, physically, sexually satisfying type of situation, but for whatever reason you guys just could never get it past a certain level. Okay, this can also indicate jealousy. So maybe this person that you were with, Virgos, very jealous and not ready to let the situation go. Okay, what your future energy is represented by is the King of Swords. So for some of my Virgos, the King of Swords represents that your lover or your partner, if you're with someone, could potentially lose a little bit of their um, luster for you. Okay, this when you see the King of Swords, the King of Swords is a very logical sign, a very logical person. They're friendly. They're not necessarily, very emotional because their emotions are very balanced. All right, so in a love reading, this can either indicate that there's actually not really anything going on. So maybe this can indicate that you're going to be single in the future, or there just isn't going to be a lot of love going back and forth between you and the person that you are in a relationship with. This can also indicate a person, like I said. So this person's mature. Okay, they're very balanced in their emotions. They're not very expressive in their emotions. Okay, they're friendly, but they don't wear their heart on their sleeve. Go ahead and clarify this future, and we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. All right, so that indicates like a fading of arguments, okay, a fading of the conflict that might be going on now. This also represents a waning of energy, all right, a lack of enthusiasm. So definitely it's a situation where even if for some of my Virgos, if you do stay with this person, there's definitely going to be a lack of energy in your relationship. Because sometimes, if the focus is on staying together, but you want to ignore everything that happened, like some people's feelings can't recover from certain things. All right, and it seems like in the past, because I remember that Seven of Swords popped up a few times, even when I was doing weekly readings, the Seven of Swords was popping up all the time. So if there was a situation there where there was a lot of dishonesty and a lot of distrust and maybe even cheating going on in your situation, that's very hard for some people to get over. So while they may not want to let the situation go, they don't necessarily let go of that anger or let go of that hurt. Okay? This can also indicate that there was possible competition. So in some instances, the competition is gone. All right. But for others, it's almost like the competition is not as in your face, but maybe a little bit underhanded. Okay. So maybe, whoever was fighting, they're not necessarily fighting with the other person anymore, but they're doing maybe sneaky little underhanded things to try to, get in the way of this relationship. If that's, those are for my Virgos that have or were dealing with that type of a situation. And the reason why I bring up this third party is because there are a few threes in this reading, especially with this Three of Swords here in your feelings. All right. What you want, I should say, is represented by the Sun in the reverse. So the way I see this, even though the sun card is one of those positive cards, so even if it's in the reverse, it tends to be positive. But what I see when I see the Sun in reverse, it's almost like you want things to go back to a time where all of these secrets or all of the things that have come out to cause this chaos were in the dark, right? They were not illuminated. When the sun is in the upright, it shines a light on everything that's going on. When it's in the reverse, it's almost like things are hidden, right? So you want to go back to a time, whether it was your dirt that was hidden or whether, basically being naive. You want to go back to a time where you were naive about the situation and didn't know what was going on, if it was your partner that was cheating or had, other people that were interested in them. For others, I feel like this can also indicate maybe someone from the past that you had a relationship with and you would like to go back to that particular time. And maybe that's the relationship that wasn't able to get off the ground, that you felt like had all that potential. And because of whatever your current situation is, you're kind of having that connection, okay? You want that connection with these two cards, the Sun card and Ace of Pentacles, because internally you're still dealing with some type of sorrow, some type of sadness, some type of disappointment. You could just be disappointed with your current relationship not working out. All right. Maybe you even feel a little bit of remorse or feel a little bit guilty for whatever role you played in the situation. For others, this sadness, I don't know how long this could be, 3 months, 3 years. Don't know how long this has been going on, but you are definitely operating from a place of hurt, okay? Or a place of something that you have not gotten over or are not able to get over at this time. All right, this situation has really left you raw, basically. Now, this can also indicate a love triangle. This can indicate where maybe you've been in love with two people and everyone in the situation has been hurt by the situation. All right, because there seems to be, maybe if you had deep feelings for both people or both people had deep feelings for you, and you know that you've hurt them, but you seem to be hurt the most, right? Because where's all the blood in this card? It's on you. All right. So even though you've hurt these other two people in the situation, you've actually suffered the most in the situation. Because if you are with one person, but you're really in love with another person, that's an extra layer, all right, that's added onto that. And then all that guilt that you have. So that's not going to be for everyone. That's just going to apply to my Virgos who know who they are, that know that they've been either in a third party situation or just have been in a situation where they've wanted somebody else, okay? And I do remember there being like an outside influence to you guys in your relationship. And a sidebar, I want to say that I do understand that sometimes these readings get specific into a situation, but that's what it is. I'm not sitting here telling you that all Virgos have experienced this. This is resonating with a group of people. Okay, when I put these cards out and I'm reading and I'm feeling this energy, even some people are telling me, oh, well, when you read this card meant this. Like, a lot of these cards have multiple meanings, okay, especially when they're in the reverse or when they're paired with other cards. So I'm reading the energy as it is presented to me. I'm not necessarily just reading the cards. So it's like this is coming to me as I'm doing this reading because somebody out here that watches me or that watches my videos or that came to this, video for a certain understanding, this is going to resonate with them. So parts of this reading might resonate with you. Some parts, it might just be the end. It might just be the beginning. It might just be the advice. Okay, sometimes the advice might be all you take away from the video. You just have to go with what works for you, and the rest of it, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to try to force it. You don't have to try to think back to a time where it might have worked. It's just not working for you, and that happens sometimes. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the advice. The advice for your reading is represented by the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is asking you or telling you to cut ties with whatever does not work or whatever is holding you back. Okay, end old habits, create a new path, create new habits, communicate your feelings, okay? Be fearless in communicating your feelings. So that advice to me, it feels like it's telling you you're going to have to let somebody go if you are juggling two people, or if you are deciding or being indecisive between two people. If you are heartbroken over one person because you want another person, you're going to have to cut ties. Either you're going to have to cut that karmic tie that you have with the person that you can't let go, or you're going to have to cut the actual physical tie that you have with the person that you're with if you want to pursue someone else, okay? You're going to have to let something go. You're going to have to get clear, all right? The swords Court cards in the upright are about clarity and clear communication. So you're going to have that in order to move forward from this chaotic time in your love life or in your relationship. Okay, if you're single, I feel like, because I really have been focusing on relationships, but if you're single, then I think that you, it's almost like there was a situation that happened in your past and you're still dealing with it. You're still kind of reeling from it. And so you may have competition, you may have options that you're just not interested in right now because you're still trying to find that balance. You're still trying to get back on your feet from whatever happened here in this situation. All right? You're still hurting from whatever happened to you in your past situation. Now, moving on to the external factor of this reading, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is telling me that somebody definitely wants to work things out with you. Okay? If it's not a situation where someone wants to work it out with you, it is a situation where there may be someone at work or someone online that either you're interested in or they are interested in you. Okay, Virgo? This, because threes, once again, here we have an indicator of some type of a love triangle. So maybe this is this other person that you are interested in. And I'm going to clarify that. And we get the 10 of Cups. Wow. So definitely, it's another person, whoever this other person is. So it's like clear to me. Now, it's one of two things. It's either this other person that you either have been thinking of or you have been, double dealing with, that they want to work with you. It's like they're offering you this 10 of Cups, and this is where you want to be. Okay? For others, I feel like it's this person that doesn't want to let you go. They want to work things out. They want to offer you the 10 of Cups, but you may not necessarily want that. Okay? Because you want something else, Virgo. All right? And even if they are offering you that, I think that these hurt feelings is kind of preventing you from even seeing or being able to see that, because these cards didn't show up in your immediate feelings or wants or needs or energy. This is the external influence, okay? So this is things that are out of your control. All right, this is how someone sees you. So someone may see you as the love of their life, or may see you as the person that they want to work towards or they want to come together with. And like I said, for some of you, that's the other person that you want to be with. Maybe it's the situation that you thought had potential that wasn't able to get off the ground, where here they're willing to put in the work with you this time. Okay. For others, like I said, it could be the person that you're already with. And unfortunately, you're not feeling that. With the Eight of Cups, the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Three of Swords, you're not feeling whatever this person has to offer. Moving on to the hopes or your fears, you have the Hierophant in the reverse. So I feel like some of you are afraid that whatever it is that you decide, or whatever course of action you choose, which you haven't decided to make yet, is that it's going to reflect badly on you. You don't want people to see you in a negative light, right? So if there's a marriage involved, you don't want people to see you as the person that ruined the marriage, okay? You don't want someone to see you, you don't want to disappoint what people expect of you, okay? Especially if you've built up an image of being a family person, of, showing off your family or always talking about your family, and here you are about to break up your family for your happiness. Others of you are fearing more of the same. You're fearing that same old, same old. You're fearing not being on the same page with your partner. You're fearing arguments. You're fearing somebody who always thinks that they're right. All right, not seeing eye to eye. All right, the Hierophant represents traditions, and so when it's in the reverse, things are definitely untraditional, an untraditional type of relationship. Like I said, divorce. Some of you might be hoping for a divorce, though. Okay, so that could go two ways. Now, final card we have for the reading is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune goes round and round. So for some of you, things will be looking up, right? And there's nowhere to go but up when you are, when you've come to rock bottom. And I feel like you guys have kind of hit that in the last few readings. Also, for some of my Virgos, the Wheel of Fortune can indicate that you either your outcome is either going to be with a Virgo, not a Virgo, I'm sorry, with a Sagittarius or a Pisces, okay? Because those are the two signs that can be represented by the Wheel of Fortune. But basically, if things have been going bad, then this means that things are going to turn around for your love life or for your relationship. I'm going to go ahead and clarify. The Wheel of Fortune can also indicate that your situation needs to be renegotiated, right? Whatever you started off with, if you started off with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you kind of need to renegotiate things in order to get them in the upright, okay? Maybe you guys didn't start off on a great foundation, and now you do have the opportunity to move things around if you renegotiate and work towards a better foundation. The Wheel of Fortune can also indicate karma. It can indicate cause and effect, okay? So whatever you have done, the Wheel of Fortune is basically here to, give you back some of that energy. So unfortunately, if you have been the one, Virgo, that was stepping out or cheating, I feel like it's dependent on your honesty in the situation. It's dependent on your action to kind of make this situation right. And that will determine if the Wheel of Fortune is playing out in your favor or if it's playing out against you. All right. The Wheel of Fortune can also indicate that something from your past is definitely affecting the outcome of your current situation. So once again, if it is a situation where, a lover or someone you were in love with from the past, those feelings, those unresolved feelings that you have for that person, definitely a factor in whatever is going on for you right now. Right? I clarify that. I get the Temperance card. So for some of my Virgos, it's definitely a Sagittarius that you are going to wind up with, or a Sagittarius that is a major factor in the outcome of this reading. So shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? Our Sagittarius and Virgo couple, right? Very famous couple. And they're not shy about sharing the trials and tribulations that they've had in their relationship and the journeys that they've gone through as a couple. And so once again, Virgo, like I've been saying, you have made a journey. You have been going on a journey with the person that you're dealing with. And I feel like here, with the advice for this reading, it's like, being honest. You have to be honest about what it is that you want. And you have to be clear, and don't have this person over here ready to work things out with you if that's not what you really want. Okay? But if you do want that person that wants to work it out for you, then you need to clear up this situation with this other person so that you can move in that direction. All right? I'm going to clarify the outcome again. Judgment. And Judgment is saying, look, 3 major arcana in your outcome. This is out of your hands. So the best thing that you can do to ensure that the outcome is in your favor is to honestly try to make amends, okay? You have to honestly try to make amends, even if it's not your fault, even if you have not done anything, even if it was your partner who screwed everything up. All right, right now, in order for your things to fall in your favor, finally, okay, after all these months, years, however time length of drama with this relationship, all right, and feeling like you've been getting the short end of the stick and just being confused, if you can clearly and make sure that you sever ties with this situation now, and it goes, there's 2 possibilities. If you want this person, okay, even if they have cheated, even if they have lied, even if they have been unsure, unstable, whatever in the past, if you still want to be with them, but you've been acting hard to get, or you've been playing hard to get, or you've been angry, hurt, all right, and just acting on these emotions, these negative emotions, Now is the time for you to be clear about what you really want, because if you want this person and they want to work it out with you, right, you've got the green light. All right, you've got the Three of Pentacles here, which means they're willing to put in that work, and you've got the Ten of Cups. All right, so they're trying to work towards a happy future, a happy family with you. So don't ruin that by harboring these negative emotions. All right, because this represents a slow healing of a situation. So you're just going to either have to be very honest about the fact that you're still hurt and you're going to need some time, because if you don't, guess what, life is going to work itself out. Your partner can decide maybe that they don't want to continue dealing with you, you know, hurting them back. All right. And so if you are the one that has initiated this love triangle, if you are the one that has initiated the drama and you don't make amends for what you've done, your partner may not wait around for you. Okay. This Wheel of Fortune, temperance is about finding balance, but it is also about indicating that there is a need to find balance in a relationship. All right. And so if you're not able to find that balance, then guess what? The Wheel of Fortune is not going in your favor. All right. And Judgment is also not going in your favor. And I'll pull one more card. That's the Chariot in reverse. Okay. Represents things being stalled, not a desired outcome, things not working out as you want them to, or not going in the direction that you want them to. Okay. So I feel like this is all dependent. And once again, another 4 major arcana cards in the outcome of this reading. Okay, so all you can do, the only thing that's in your hands right now, Virgo, is your ability and your opportunity to be clear about what it is you want. All right. Be clear about what it is that you want. If you feel like you've been on the short end of the stick, you feel like this person has done you wrong, but if you want to make it work, be honest about that. Even if you have to be honest about the fact that you're still hurt, but don't hold on to this. And if you are the person that's in the wrong, make amends, Virgo. Make amends, because this Ten of Cups is still possible for you, okay? We all deserve second chances. But if you don't make amends, I really don't feel like things are going to play out in your favor. I feel like if you make amends, things will play out in your favor. And if you don't, if you want that person who is a Pisces, or that person who's a Sagittarius, go for it. But be clear and cut ties with the person that you're with now. You can't continue this love triangle. You can't continue, even if it's just a mental love triangle. Even if it's not that you're cheating, but just in your heart, you want another person. You're going to have to let that go in order for the situation that you're in to actually work. Okay, Virgo, so I feel like that is a good place to end this reading, because that leaves you with your free will, leaves you with something to think about. And, if you want to go further into this reading to clarify things, specifically for you and your situation, then definitely get in touch with me. I offer all types of readings, okay? I even offer phone calls now. If you want to have a 30-minute conversation with me, an hour conversation. In the 30-minute conversations, it's a lot harder to do readings. I can do little quick readings, but if you want like a reading like this based specifically for you, I'd recommend the hour. The reading takes anywhere between 30 minutes, and then we have a half an hour to discuss it, and you can, just bounce off how you feel. Like, some people use it as a venting session. Other people use it to ask specific questions about the other person's energy, if we can pick that up. Some people want to know about their future. They want to know about the future of relationships. So I really enjoy those phone sessions, because you can I can build a rapport with you. And I usually, keep in contact via, email. If you have questions, you don't necessarily always have to book another reading if you have a question about a past reading you did with me. I try to be very good. I get a lot of emails, but I try to, answer them as quickly as possible. So Virgos, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy your December. I see that things are getting better for you, you know, and I see now where, you know, you have the opportunity. You do have the opportunity, even though it seems like whatever is going to be, because karma is alive and well in this reading. It's all over this reading. But you do have the opportunity to make things work in your favor as long as you're open and honest about how you feel. All right, so Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. If you don't celebrate holidays, Happy December, Happy New Year. If I don't get to see you guys, if I don't get to do another reading before the end of the year. All right, but I'll see you at the next reading. Bye, Virgo.